I didn't want to go here, Karl, but you forced me to go here. Dude, let's not do this, Karl. Let's not do this, Karl. Let's not do this. People are saying ArcMac has a video. Let's give him a shout out. Let's give ArcMac a shout out, and let's see what the video is. Karl Jobst has threatened to delete this channel. I will report him to YouTube. So he's talking about me. I will speak with my YouTube partner. So if my channel is deleted, I will sue you, Karl. I will take my ass to Australia and I will sue you. He's going to report this channel and delete this channel because he is offended.
My feelings don't care about your facts.
Karl, if this channel shuts down, I'm going to hire Billy Mitchel's lawyer and I'm going to get your channel. Karl Jobst is turned into the one thing he hated most. Remember the whole idea of why Billy is, quote, so evil is that Apollo Legend had to take down some of his videos.
As a fellow YouTuber, I also know how much money Apollo was making on his Billy videos, which was money that he would also stop making due to having to remove these videos from his channel.
It wasn't that Karl Jobst was a really good friend to Apollo Legend. They were best friends or even friends, and then Apollo blanked himself, and then Karl had to take revenge. You are trying to take down my entire channel, Karl. Karl has become what he hated most, but even worse than that, he is going to sue me for defamation. A man who has done far, far worse. He is claiming targeted harassment because he doesn't like my videos. Is going to report me for harassment to YouTube when all I have been doing is covering him as neutral as possible. I'm trying to be as neutral as I can. And that being said, obviously I think Karl's going to win. I got the evidence right here for you, Karl. I got the evidence for you, buddy. What happened April 1st?
I have concluded that there should be judgment for Mr. Mitchell.
April 1st happens, you lose a giant court case. On the 22nd, you change your contact address for your business. And then on the 29th, you change the registered address for the business. My channel is owned by a company with now the sole director is my wife. I'm just an employee of the company.
You can start to see that something isn't quite right here.
Karl thought he was being really smart, right? When he made his wife the director and the secretary. You have two jobs open. One of them is director and one of them is secretary. So she's both the director and the secretary. Karl's nowhere to be found. What is this company's name? Is it Wong Incorporated? Oh yeah, it's the Karl Jobst Gaming Company, where Karl Jobst is not even a member or office holder or a role.
This lie cannot happen by accident.
I've given Karl the dignity that he would not give me. I even blocked out his middle name. I blocked out his wife's name. We are going to hit a home run. Are you guys ready? Share structure. There's two shares being issued. One of these shares is held and paid fully by Wong. Who do you think owns the other share? So Karl thought he was really smart and he didn't put his name here, but Karl put his name here. So if we do some math, Karl owns 50% of this company, Karl Jobst Gaming. We are going to hit a home run. Are you guys ready?
High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
If there are two shares in a company and one share is owned by Karl Jobst, are you just an employee or do you own half the company?
No shit, Sherlock.
Karl, you've made it so easy to sue you, man. I remember talking about how Karl has a young family. Let's try to work this together. You don't want to destroy his life. And Billy was in chat both of those nights. I came out and said, hey, Karl has a young family, Billy. In fact, I was begging for mercy for Karl. I was begging for mercy for Karl, for his son and wife. At the end of every live stream, I remember really talking about the family. I didn't find that part. No one is expecting mercy out of you. If this had been flipped, there would be no mercy for you, Billy Mitchel. We know this. He's mentioned it multiple times on his channel, on other people's channel.
If I was Billy, I'd be shitting myself. I will never let Billy forget this. The last person on YouTube you want to lose to is me. Oh boy, I'm not going to be a good winner.
Karl Jobst will never ask you this, so I'm going to ask for him. I'm asking mercy because there's a young child involved, and this will financially ruin that young child. I remember really talking about the family. I didn't find that part. You'll be defined by giving mercy where no mercy was applied to you. Mercy is sainthood, and that's how I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to talk about mercy. Karl would not have shown you a shred of mercy.
This
This is exactly who Billy Mitchell is. He is a monster with no heart or decency.
I genuinely believe Billy may end up in prison at some point in the future.
What would change the whole narrative about Billy Mitchell would be an act of kindness that we honestly have never seen before. All I ask you, Billy Mitchell, is that you see a young family. Billy Mitchell, if you do this, you will be remembered for your mercy. This is what mercy is. Mercy is not expected. It's not guaranteed. If mercy was guaranteed, it wouldn't be mercy. If mercy was expected, it wouldn't be mercy. Mercy comes from the unexpected. And that's how I'm going to end this live stream. I was begging for mercy for Karl at the end of every live stream. Like, I don't know if you guys know this stuff. Like, I was a Karl supporter. I bloody loved Karl. I loved Karl. Karl, you have no mother effing idea how big of a fan I was of yours. I really support Karl. I want him to win. I don't think Billy Mitchell is going to get $450,000. I don't think he's going to get $100,000. I think Billy Mitchell is crazy. I'm saying that he has maybe a 5% chance, maybe a little bit more, to beat Karl Jobst. That chance exists in every single case, no matter how solid you believe the case is. The most common scenario, I think, 80, 85, maybe even higher now I think about it, is Karl just wins, the legal fees get paid by Billy Mitchell, Billy Mitchell loses, Billy Mitchell has to pay his own legal fees, and then there's no defamation. So there are a few different predictions that can be made. Number one, Billy Mitchell wins everything, so Karl would need to pay for Billy Mitchell's lawyers, so he would have to pay for his own lawyers, and he would have to pay for the damages of defamation. I think the chance of that happening is 0%. I think the chance of that happening is 0%. People don't get this. People are not going to understand it. I realize the comment section is full of people who don't think I'm a real lawyer. I mean, you go get your law degree from a top 30 law school. You go get your patent bar exam. You can't. You won't, because you're not. You're not that, right? I think the chance of that happening is 0%. Karl, you have no mother effing idea how big of a fan I was of yours until I felt I was misled. I thought, given the number of lawsuits that Billy Mitchell has filed, I thought given the number of settlements he has accepted and worked on, including Apollo Legends, very important in this case, and Twin Galaxies, again, very important in this case. The two biggest cases are ones where he has settled. I thought that's what he wanted to do. He pressures Karl Jobst into giving an apology, settling, paying his legal fees, and then they move on. That's already very scary. This is something else. This is something else. And I don't think people know how scary this is, especially as someone who covers defamation. We've covered them all. This is a different animal altogether. It is a case that is very hostile, and holy shit, man, it is something totally, I did not think this was what it was. This is a guy who wants to pound the flesh, and there's nothing scarier in the law than that.
Are you going to appeal?
I didn't want to go here, Karl, but you forced me to go here. Let's not do this, Karl. Let's not do this, Karl. Let's not do this.